Hi Stampers, this is Dawn and today we're going to make this diamond fold card. Isn't it awesome? So when it's opened it looks like this. This is using the Ordinate Garden Specialty Designer paper for this one. Then it folds up just like this and you can put it in an envelope, and then when you open it, it just sits up like that. Oh, I love it. Okay, so there's a version, and then this version, let's just say I made all the 5 brand new in colors in the glitter pit yesterday. So if you want to catch out that live replay, that link is down below. And we made all the colors. Well, I previously made the colors, but we did make one of the colors in the glitter pit yesterday. And this is the Magenta Madness. We're still learning the brand new in colors. So here are the designer papers in the new in colors for 2020 through 2022. And this is the Magenta Madness. This is the designer paper that's double-sided. This is the Misty Moonlight. Beautiful. And then one of my favorites is the Cinnamon Cider. So pretty. And then this one is called Just Jade. And then this one is the Bumblebee. How beautiful are those colors? So if you want to check out the replay in the glitter pit where I show you all the 5 colors of the cards made up, just like this one, you can click the link down below. All right, but we're going to make a Purple Posy one today. So let's go ahead and get started. So here are the pieces we're going to use. You're going to need a piece of the Purple Posy, and you're going to need 12 by 12 pieces of cardstock. So this piece is cut at 4 by 12. So you'll be able to get 3 pieces to make 3 cards out of your 12 by 12. So Purple Posy, 4 by 12. And then these are all the layers. So this piece of the Purple Posy is cut at 2.5 square. And then I use the layering circle dies. And this is the scallop, and this is about 2 3/4. So this is going to layer right on to the Purple Posy behind that. So you're going to need a piece of Whisper White, and this piece is cut at 3.5 square. And then this piece of Purple Posy is cut at 3 1/4 square. So this color of the Purple Posy in color collection for the designer paper this year is retiring, but the color is carrying over. Okay, so for another year. All right, so this piece of designer paper is cut at 3.5 square. And then you have your 2 outside edges here. You're going to need 2 pieces of Whisper White. And these are both cut at 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then the Purple Posy designer paper is cut at 1 5/8 by 3 5/8. And you'll need 2 of those. Okay, so let's grab our trimmer. Okay, so first we're going to score our piece of 4 by 12. And this is a 12-inch side across the top, and we're going to score this. Let me move this down a little bit. Scoring it at 2, 4, 8, and 10. Okay, then we're going to take this edge here, and we're going to line this up at 6. So that's halfway between the 12 inches. So start at 6, and we're going to grab my pencil, and we're going to make a little pencil mark up at the top and the bottom. Okay, so now for me to be able to see these score lines really nice, I'm going to go ahead and fold them. Let me get my bone folder. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 2-inch score line on both ends, and we're going to score at a diagonal from this point to the pencil line, and then from this point down to this pencil line, and do the same thing on this side. So let me go ahead and do that. So you're going to take this pencil line here, this little halfway mark, and then line it up on the cutting track, and we're going to score that at a diagonal. And then we're going to open it up, and we're going to score from this 2-inch score line down to that pencil line. So you should have an X right in the center of your score lines. Let me fold this one here so you can see it hopefully better. Okay, so now we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. Taking the pencil line, lining it up on the track, and then that 2-inch score line on this side. We're going to score. And then score from that pencil line down to that 2-inch score line. Okay, so then there's our other X marks a spot right there. Oh my gosh, this card's already wanting to fold like that into the shape of the card. Okay, so then that should be your look of your finished card right here. So let me grab my eraser. I'm going to erase my pencil lines. All right, now we're going to grab our designer paper. Let me close this arm up here. So remember, this piece is the 3.5 square, and we're going to cut this a few times. So we're going to cut this at a diagonal. So we're going to cut it in half, point to point, and I'm laying the point and the other point on the cutting track, and we're going to cut this in half. And then we're going to put the other point right here. We're going to cut that in half. And then we're going to cut it in half again. Okay, so there's 2. Now this one here. Then this one. So you cut it in half. Now we're going to cut it in half again. And then we're going to cut it in half again. And all I'm using is the point for my guide. So there's 6. And then there's this one here. Okay, so there should be 8 triangles for that one. Let's move those out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to cut the Whisper White and the Purple Posy. Remember, this is the 3.5 square. And we're just going to cut this in half. Again, we're lining the points up. Just like that. And then we're going to cut one in half. Lining the point up again. And then these are going to be for the 2 inside sides, I guess you could call them, where the Purple Posy is going to layer onto that. So this piece is extra, so you can actually make it for another card. So we're going to do the exact same thing with the Purple Posy piece, but this piece is cut at 3.25 square. Okay. So now these 2 pieces get layered together just like this. Okay, and you only need 2 of them. So you have a whole another set for the other card you want to make. All right, so let's go ahead and move the trimmer. All right, so before we start putting our card together, we're going to go do some embossing. And the stamp set I'm using is the Bloom and Grow. This stamp set is actually carrying over to the new catalog, and I love this greeting here. It says, "Let's celebrate you." So we're going to go ahead and stamp that. And then we're going to emboss it with the Whisper White embossing powder. Going to use our Versamark. And remember, this is a larger stamp. So, and it's also photopolymer, so I'm going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat. The Stampin' Pierce mat is retiring, and I still will be using it in the future. So if you want one of these Stampin' Pierce mats, you might as well get them before it's gone forever. So we're going to turn this at a diagonal because this square is how it's going to sit onto the card like this. Here, let me show you. See how it sits on the card? So it's sitting at a diagonal. So you want to remember that when you're stamping it. Oh, we need our embossing buddy. Embossing buddy is also retiring. So we're going to go ahead and stamp "Let's Celebrate You" right in the center of that Purple Posy cardstock. Okay, I'm going to take our embossing powder, the white, sprinkle that over top of the greeting. I'm going to grab some scrap. Might as well use this designer paper. Funnel that back into the jar. All right, so let's grab our heat tool. Okay, so this is the heat tool. We're going to heat this powder up, and it's going to turn like a liquid, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's probably hard to see right now with it being white on the Purple Posy, but as soon as I heat it up, the white should pop off the cardstock really nicely. Okay, so there's the "Let's Celebrate You." Isn't that pretty? All right, so we have all our pieces here. Now we're going to grab our card base. So now this is the way the card is going to go together. So when you're burnishing your score lines, make sure you're folding them both ways, because I find that the card will go together a little bit easier, at least the folding part of it. So this is the center of our front of our card. So what we're going to do is we're going to push these in just like that. So it's going to go up and in. And then this panel right here is going to fold forward just like that. Okay. So then this side again, it's going to go in just like that. And then fold it. And then this panel is going to come forward just like that. Isn't that awesome? So let me go ahead and get my bone folder. We're going to burnish this position of this card in place so it helps it remember the shape. Okay, so there's your diamond fold card. Don't you love that? All right, so now let's go ahead and put all our diamonds on. So for today's video, I'm going to be adding all the pieces with the liquid glue. And I find that it's very forgiving when you're adding the tiny triangles. Well, actually the whole pieces of the card. So we're just going to go ahead and add the liquid glue to all the pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. But just know that every section of this card is going to have a piece of designer paper or cardstock added to it. Okay, so another reason I like to use the liquid glue is because you want to get all the little corners down onto the base of the card. So using the liquid glue, you can maneuver the corners to make sure they have liquid glue on them, or you can actually squeeze some glue on the corners, on the points. Okay, so we got all the pieces onto the card. Now it's just a matter of adding this section right here to the front. So we're going to go ahead and also add some liquid glue. Isn't it beautiful? I love Purple Posy. It's so pretty. All right, so then the card closes up like this. So now you're probably wondering where to sign this type of card. And I would sign this card in the back. So you have all that space to write a note, or you can just keep it right here into the center of that diamond. Isn't that beautiful? So there's the Purple Posy. And then here's the one with the Ordinate Garden Specialty Designer Paper. And this is using the Butterfly Gala stamp set for the greeting. The good things in life are better with you. And then here's one of the brand new In Colors. Remember, if you want to check out the Glitter Pit replay, the link is down below. And it takes you to my blog. And it has both videos and all the card samples posted on my website. So if you want to check that out. And then also remember that I'm live every Wednesday on Facebook in the Glitter Pit, which is what we call it. You can catch me live at 3 o'clock Eastern in the Glitter Pit every Wednesday. All right, so if you have any questions, just let me know. And I'll have all the items listed down below. And then don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.